Welcome to Anatomy of Notoriety. Today we're stepping out of our history class, but don't worry, your regular dose of revolution will be back before you can say no taxation without representation. Right now, we're looking at something happening as we speak. America just did something to Iran that makes the Boston Tea Party look like a polite disagreement at a book club. So picture this. It's March 1st, 2026. The US and Israel look at Iran and go, you know what would be fun? A little midnight surprise. And by surprise, I mean they launched major combat operations and killed Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Iran's state media confirmed it. The Pentagon named the operation Epic Fury, which sounds like a video game expansion pack, except real people are actually hurt. At least 200 dead in Iran, 747 injured. Flights canceled across the region. The Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil flows, closed. Now, here's the part that'll make you spit out your coffee. Just days before this, US and Iranian officials were meeting in Geneva for nuclear talks. Third round. They said they'd made significant progress. They were supposed to meet again next week in Vienna. Sound familiar? It's like Britain and America in 1775, talking, smiling, shaking hands, and then bang. Analysts say this wasn't a diplomacy failure, it was a cover. The U.S. had already built up the largest military presence in the Middle East since 2003. 2 aircraft carriers, thousands of troops. They were ready. And the timing? Oh, the timing is chef's kiss. President Trump announced the attack on a Friday night. You know why? 2 reasons, according to SNL's Cold Open. 1, the stock market was closed for the weekend, so no panic selling. And 2, and I quote, to cause immeasurable fear, rage, and chaos in the SNL writers' room. Those poor comedy writers had to scrap their whole State of the Union sketch and start over at 2 a.m. That's dedication to satire. Trump's announcement itself was something special. He stood there and said, the lives of American heroes may be lost. That often happens in war, which, as the internet immediately pointed out, is basically Lord Farquaad from Shrek telling his soldiers, some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I am willing to make. The memes wrote themselves. Philip DeFranco tweeted, woke up to Trump openly going full Farquaad. Someone else photoshopped his head on the character. History repeats itself, but apparently so do Shrek references. Now, here's where it gets even funnier in a dark way. Back in June 2025, the U.S. hit Iran's nuclear facilities, military targets, away from civilians, surgical, clean. This time, they hit leadership compounds in Tehran. A girls' school in southern Iran took a direct hit. Up to 160 people killed there alone. That's not surgical, that's we're not messing around. Analysts say the goal now may be to paralyze Iran's command structure and weaken the regime from within. Trump said the objective is peace throughout the Middle East and, indeed, the world, which is a bit like setting your kitchen on fire to teach your roommate a lesson about leaving the milk out. Celebrities, of course, had thoughts. Jack White posted a picture of Trump in a trucker hat that says USA and wrote, behold the leader of the Board of Peace. For the next war announcement, may I suggest having your feet up on the Resolute desk while eating a Big Mac in a velvet tracksuit. John Cusack called it a wag the dog war to distract from the Epstein files. Mark Ruffalo pointed out that Trump's next military counselor to Iran, former Attorney General William Barr, is sent to make sure we went to war. Even Carrie Coon weighed in, noting that the newly formed International Relations Committee should be renamed the Department of War. When the Hulk says you're going too far, maybe rethink your strategy. Iran's response? Their foreign minister Irakji says there are now no red lines. Iran's retaliation will be full and open-ended without time limits. The U.S. says bombing will continue uninterrupted throughout the week. Oil prices spiking. Global airlines suspending flights. Countries telling citizens to leave the region, all of them. This is not a drill. This is a full-blown escalation happening in real time. So here's your question for this special current affairs edition. When a superpower shifts from negotiations to leadership strikes in 72 hours, what does that tell us about how empires think? And more importantly, how does this end without pulling the whole region into World War III, the sequel we didn't ask for? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Next time, we're back to the American Revolution, where at least the tea was the only thing getting dumped. But tonight, history is being written in real time. And honestly, it's funnier than anything we could make up. Thanks for watching and stay curious, or at least stay entertained.